Hello, this is George Senda, the real, official, authentic, original, the one, the only, the official, the guy from Pittsburgh, except no cheesy YouTube commentators, imposters, or people who weren't Steelers fans. I'm just kidding about that. However, I went to Safeway tonight, and this fellow was wearing a proper Steelers jacket, and he came, I think he said, from Aliquippa. The only, the official, the guy from Pittsburgh. Given that no cheesy YouTube my family in the city of Steel has lived there since 1820, this is 300 and going into 302 years in Pittsburgh, and we cannot allow the shame of letting the Boston Patriots, the New England Patriots, win a 7th ring before the Steelers do. So go Steelers! Sorry, Top Cat. Sorry, Billy McGravy in Kansas City. Gotta have my Steelers win. So we will see Monday night. Well, I went to the doctor in San Francisco, or actually the hearing test. And one reason I cannot hear in my left ear, it is full of wax. It's all the way against the eardrum, and she couldn't tell why I'm having all the pain and drainage and all that. So I go in the 9th back to an ear doctor, which is I wanted all along. I said, give me the ear doctor and fix this. Then you can give me the hearing test. They're doing it backwards. Said, I can't give you the hearing test. Your whole ear is full of wax, and it's impacted against the eardrum on the left side. I'm having spikes and pain in both ears. And my knees were hurting all day. And so I went to Safeway. Mama Cat and Kitten were waiting for me. Little girl, Fluffy. After this video, rest for a few minutes and feed the cats. So it will be an interesting weekend. I'm going to have to figure out if I can listen to some of it on radio on my iPad. And 20% of the country is affected by winter storm. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Virginia, Tennessee, maybe Alabama, Kentucky. And the wind chill, you're either going to get snow or ice and snow. And the wind chill in the Northeast could be as bad as 50 below zero. So if you're out on the roads this weekend, I would stay home and watch football. Even if you're not a football fan, I'd stay home and watch football. It ain't going to be safe out there. An action kid who walks all over New York City, I don't think he's going to be doing any action kidding this weekend with 50 below around an hour wind chills. But he does some great videos. His camera that he uses, it's a $300 camera. I looked it up on Amazon. It makes it, it has such quality. It's not a GoPro. That you'd swear you're in New York City every time he walks somewhere, and he walks all over the place, gets tons of super chat money. And I wish my knees were better. I could do that eventually, but I had a $300 camera. And he has all kinds of broadcasting equipment he carries with him and all that stuff. So he's out there at 4 in the morning doing videos and doing first snow of the year videos. It's amazing. So I watch his stuff. Okay, so the 9th I go to the doctor. I got to the clinic late because I left here at 20 to 11. The bus arrived at 11:30. Well, that ought to be enough time to get to San Francisco by 1 o'clock. Got to Market, Sansom, and Sutter at 10 to 1. Got to the clinic at 25 after 1. It ain't enough time. You need at least 3 hours. And the next month, it's going to get worse. They want me there at 11 o'clock instead of 1 o'clock. I'm going to have to get up at like 5:30 in the morning. I am not a morning animal. Okay. Had to put a bunch of stuff back. Thank you for my benefactor giving me money to buy some of this stuff. We have sliced peaches from Safeway. 2 cans of Fancy Feast tuna sliced, or tuna, what is this? Plate. Can't read it. I got my flashlight on top of the camera to get more light. Chicken of the sea salmon for Orangey. Welch's Concord grape. I had to put back the Snapple. The Martinelli's that's been on sale for months is no longer on sale, $3.49. Half the toilet paper shelves were empty. About half the wet cat food was empty, and the ones that were incredibly overpriced. The little pouches that have been sent to me that normally sell $1 are going for $1.19. Eggs are finally in the store, but they're outrageous. Everything just costs too much. So Bidenflation. All right, we have Lucerne cottage cheese with pineapple. We have, I put one back, 2 things of cheddar cheese, one for making grilled cheese sandwiches. Give myself a treat once, one for cheese on potatoes. Okay. I know I'd swear off these things, but this is the weekend. I can't go get food. I have more food in the icebox, but we have 2 things of Red Baron French bread pizza. They were out of the other kind. Actually, we have 3 things. Sorry about that. 3 things of Red Baron. They're out of my instant oatmeal, the peach. All the cereal I saw was over $5 a box, which is outrageous. Whoop, and there goes the flashlight. Where'd it go? Oh, it turned itself off. Somewhere I'll find my Ring camera light. It is not taped up there. Tried to commit suicide. Okay, we got a thing of blueberries. I haven't had blueberries for anything. But I was very annoyed that the instant oatmeal, they were out of it. It was on sale. Let's see what's, and we have finally the ham and cheese scramble. So that's it for the haul tonight. Try to put this stuff away. I'll be icing my knee down. Go out, feed Mama Cat and Kitten. Go feed Tiny One and Orangey. And that's it. So go Steelers. I cannot have them Boston Patriots. You mean the peaches? They're in juice. So, yeah, I know, but what am I going to do? I look at the prices. They had a steak on sale. It was half fat, marked down. I didn't have time to go look at it. I barely got the bus home. I want to get home and put ice packs on my knee and lie down for half an hour, go feed the kitties, and then go take a hot shower and go to bed. I've been running since, I've been up since 9 o'clock this morning, and my knees are killing me. So, in 8 days, they're supposed to ship my pressure cooker. Once I eat the pressure cooker, once I get the pressure cooker, I will be eating healthier. I'll put chicken in, I'll make beef stew, and all of this. So, but on the weekend, there's nothing for me to do except cat feed, do laundry, and sleep. I can't go anywhere. The buses here suck. So they run every hour and a half or something, and then they stop at 6 o'clock. So you're not banned. Why are you banned? So, yeah, I've had a sinus infection forever because I'm allergic to grass. And I'm constantly having sinus infections. They never clear up. So, there was some nut on the BART train on the way over. He had his mask off and he kept pacing up and down the train. Had a very colorful NASA jacket on, but I don't know what his problem was. Weird people. And by the way, walking down San Francisco Market Street, I was absolutely shocked. Last year, Kathy and I went over. We went into this Japanese store. They have a store at Japantown out on Geary that sells all this Japanese product, some of it for $1. Gone. 7-Eleven that was there when I went to the doctor a month or 2 ago, gone. The hamburger place that had been there for years, gone. Earlier, within the last 2 years, there was Starbucks gone, a place that had a tea with a tea robot gone. The whole block from Montgomery to Sutter, where Sutter, Sampson Market meet, there's only 3 businesses left. other than the hotel. They're all in the Citibank that was there. Gone. That's been there for 30 years. So I can't take Benadryl. Benadryl turns me into a zombie. So I have coupons for Allegra. They're good until 2023. When I get the money, I'll get Allegra. But this is because this is all clogged up all the time because I'm allergic to grass and there's a gigantic lawn downstairs. So, time for my sinus, and I don't know what for rent is. Fund rent? What is it? I can't understand. Who comes up with such a handle you can't say? It's like Mr. Meeks Miziplik or a Bizarro handle. Anyway, but they've been talking about New York City, where earlier in the week it was like 18 with a wind chill of 30. Now it's going to be probably 30 with a wind chill of 50, minus 50. So Frosted Flakes and Honey Nut Cheerios and all the cereals I like are $5 a box. They had some weird things like Cocoa Puffs with cookies or something. They were $2.50, but I didn't get to buy those. So that's why I'm buying the ham and cheese scramble. There's nothing. I've run out of my instant oatmeal. There's nothing to eat. They had a sale for, I think the boxes are $2.99. They had two for $3.50. Knocked them down to $1.75. Well, the wax, it wasn't clogging my ears until May when we were moving the sofa bed downstairs, and an earthquake 30 miles away, 4.5 on the Richter scale, hit San Ramon, hit Harry's Hofbrauer, Kathy, and Patty, and I go to eat. It rocked the place. The place is packed with people. It always is. Traveled down the Hayward Fault to the Concord Fault, 10 miles away. The Concord Fault to the Green Valley Fault, which runs under downtown Martinez, and apparently under my building. The whole building shook. People are running. You feel the earthquake? No, I felt the sofa bed hitting me on the head, crunching my neck bones, crunching my spine, giving me a concussion, a headache for 9 days, and rendered this ear unable to hear. And I heard tones she was running. I could hear those, but when she put the device in both ears, both sides hurt. She said, well, you're so clogged with wax, we can't do anything. You got to see a doctor, have him clean that out. I've tried hot water. I've tried peroxide. She said it's literally blocking the whole eardrum. And some of it's been draining. I don't know if that's pus or liquid earwax. And this thing about you can make a candle out of earwax, Mythbusters proved that to be wrong. So, but it periodically, I'm sound asleep and I can feel this stuff dripping and horrible. So, Frosted Flakes, yeah, Sugar Pops. I don't like Apple Jacks. I don't particularly like Fruit Loops. I don't like Cocoa Puffs. Kathy's enamored when they come out with that Halloween with the blueberries and Frankenberries and I don't know what else, zombie berries, who knows. So, Monday I will go and deliver her a Pokemon book. And the cashier had an Eevee mask on, a very cute little Pokemon. So, even my eye sockets hurt. So, that's kind of about it. Excuse me. That's about it. And I didn't get on last night because I forget what I was doing, but I had to ice my knee down twice. My knees were screaming. It was a lot of pain. So I don't know where everybody else is. And there won't be a haul again until after the 22nd. So this is the haul of hauls. I got to pay money to the coin dealer. They took 13 days to send the notice for something that was due on the 1st. Called them up. Good Lord. I got 90 Facebook is too much. 90 notifications for Facebook. Fruit Loops taste of sadness and poverty. The only reason I ever ate Fruit Loops, that silly toucan. Follow your news! I have a very big Kellogg's beach towel in there, and another Kellogg's towel. It's NASCAR, Kellogg's Racing. I have a Tony the Tiger tie. They're put away, so. But there was a story that General Mills, General Foods, or Kellogg's was giving their executives bonuses, paying their chairman $16 million a year, and they raised the price of cereal 20%. And people are having trouble eating. Oh, I forgot one thing. I got ketchup. I got some ketchup. That goes on the ham and cheese scramble. So, and somewhere, maybe they didn't give it to me. I was supposed to get a pair of gloves. And when I got home, there were no gloves, so I didn't get gloves. I could have used gloves. It gets cold at night. Ow. Well, that shoulder is still hurting. I was on the bus on the way back. Somebody said, "Do you want to sit down?" I said, "If I sit down, it will hurt to get up," and it did. It hurt when I got on the BART train. I screamed. It hurt when I got on the bus. I landed on my kneecaps 2 weeks ago and then fell back and landed on my shoulders. So they're not getting much better. Hello, Jim Bob. How you doing? So, sadness and poverty. Yeah, there's this poor toucan out in the jungle. He's poor. He didn't get his welfare check this month. And he has those 2 kids he has to feed, and they're always hungry for Fruit Loops, you know. Got to go to the dreaded Fruit Loop tree in Wakabura in the jungle. And feed the toucan, and he may get a nose job soon. I don't know. So anyway, the Patriots have a problem in that I read today the Bills have been kicking ass. And this is the first time the Patriots under Belichick have been a wild card team. So I don't know if they're going to be able to do it or not. And I saw lots of stories on Twitter when I was sitting in the waiting room at the ear clinic, testing clinic, about how the Bills, this is their year, they're going to dominate, they're going to kick butt. So Bills haven't been that great for a long time that I can remember. And then we got the hated Eagles. May whoever the Eagles, I think the Niners are playing the Eagles. Go Niners, beat the Eagles. Just don't win a 7th ring either. Nobody gets a 7th ring with my Steelers. So, Mattress Firm, 20% off a new mattress. If I had the other 80% off, I'd have a mattress. The other reason my knees are hurting, I have to keep pushing myself up the floor. The fuzzy's on the bed. The fluffy's on the bed. The little girl is still not come in. It's Wizzo the Clown. Every time I see his name, I think it's some infomercial. Wizzo the Clown, Wizzo the Clown, Wizzo the Clown. Well, I had this haul. What was I going to do with it, you know? So I came home, walked up the steps, which is an effort. So, yeah, Foo Fighter wax salesman, yes. And you better watch out with every demonstration. You get a free probing, you know. Anyway, he takes up buffer and probes you with it, waxing your car with a very big floor buffer. I've done that. It ain't easy to use that buffer. Even harder if there's no power. One time I worked, we cleaned Kmart's for a living. That was fun one night when the Kmart, we're all cleaning away about midnight on New Year's Eve of all things. No one in the shopping center but us. Some guy must have had a real problem with Kmart. He drove by the Kmart high speed, and it was not an AR-15. It was not an M1. It was not a machine pistol. He had a righteous machine gun. He shot out all the windows, and we dove for cover. And that went on for about a minute and a half. He just sprayed the whole store with machine gun bullets and took off. They never did catch him. That was in North Highlands in Sacramento. So, yeah, Jim Dog, Jim Bob. That, you call him anything. Call, hey, you. So, yeah, the new toy. Wizzo the Clown. Wizzo the Clown. Get it now. Get it for Christmas next year, you know. Next December, I mean. Probably shoots water out of his nose or something, you know. So, that always amuses me, Wizzo the Clown, for reasons anybody can think of. I'm not going to mention what it is. I get in trouble that way. See here. The Millennial A-Team is a comment on the A-Team. Fat tattooed kid. Hey, Alexa, how do we go to this cave? Alexa, I have no idea. Everyone dies. End of episode. Kids today might not realize that back in the 80s you couldn't go 5 feet anywhere in the country without stumbling over welding equipment, random engines just sitting around. The A-Team was pretty realistic in that way. A-Team, thousands of rounds, nobody got hit. And yet they complained about the violence. Nobody ever got hurt for real in the A-Team. Hannibal Smith, you want our weapons? Okay, here's a bullet first. I love the A-Team. That was one of my favorite shows of all time. Hannibal smokes a cigar and comes up with a plan. Yep. Oh, by the way, Colorado, snow. Castle Rock. Somebody else I saw here. Seoul is getting rain. No, that's 4 weeks ago. Hold on. I know I saw it. Oh, I love this guy. This porch pirate tried to steal this guy's package. The guy comes out with a 30-round magazine. Told the porch pirate, put my box back. The guy put the box back and took off. Here we go. Wind chill.
All right, now to the weather.
Hold on.
Brutally cold temperatures returning for the weekend.
New York region. Let's see, Fox 5, New York. 38 in Providence, 37 in Hartford, 38 East Hampton, New York, 36, Monticello, 19, Sussex, 13, Scranton, 14, Allentown, 28, Trenton, 28. No, Scranton, wind chill now, minus 19 in Scranton. Whoa, minus 18 in Poughkeepsie. Don't pick your feet. Saturday wind chill, they're moving real fast with this wind chill business, so gonna be cold. So, you got a gerbil. I don't want to touch that. There are apocryphal stories about gerbils in San Francisco, so cotton candy and circus peanuts. I love circus peanuts. Don't eat cotton candy at the same time. Can't eat my candy apples anymore. No teeth. So, sorry about Slavo's grandson. A tiny car. Not for me. I don't need a tiny car. I need a big car. No clowns in the car, thank you. I got enough trouble with Kathy and Patty. Boom. That's clown enough for me. Let's see. One in 5 Americans under winter weather alerts. Major storm bears down. Yes, Alien and Carl talked about getting my fridge replaced. I will call them next week. I've been either busy or in pain. And, what else is going on here? Good. 13-year-old overdoses on fentanyl. That's sad. Hello, some weird noise outside. Morrison County, 10-car pileup. Colorado, Morrison, Colorado. Let's see what else is going on here. Chatham, Maine, large tree live wires gone. Winds gusting 50 miles an hour. Cape Cod, too. Hazleton, Iowa, blizzard. Morrison County, winter storm. Des Moines, heavy snow. Minneapolis, snow. Snoqualmie Falls, Washington, flooding yesterday. So that's what's going on in the weather. Yeah, and by the way, I have pictures on my iPad of store shelves. They are now blocking out cat food with blue labels. The blue I bought on Chewy, they're now selling with blue labels, hiding the prices. And the pouches I got, I was at grocery outlet, they were marked down. They're now selling $1 pouch for $1.19. So that shows you how the price is going nuts. And let's see if I can find this picture here. I know I sent them. Now here's one store. You can see that. Empty toilet paper shelf. This is a Walmart with no meat. And this is from Fox News with no produce. Shoppers astounded by thinning grocery stores applies. It's just empty shelves. One guy said, blame it on the Democrats. Trump was in office, everything was great. Biden in office, everything goes to S word. And one guy said, this is like communist Russia. Where are you at, flakes? 11 degrees and the wind chill of 0. And the lowest I can remember as a child, we walked to school one day. The streets were covered in snow. The sidewalks were covered in ice. And it was 0 and the wind chill was 18 degrees below 0. My Jeremy Nojoy said in Minneapolis they got things missing. And, well, you know what? You may remember, give me a minute. Let's see, I gotta go through this here. My voice is going again. That's gotta be my sinuses. My voice always seems to be going. I got a lot of pictures on here. There are 90 ships off of Long Beach right now. Oh, here's another shot. I think this is either Walmart or Target. No cough medicine. Imagine getting sick and you can't get anything to take for a sore throat or cough or Theraflu. I haven't had my flu shot yet. Here's another one. Empty shelves in the beef department. And this is my former high school, Rancho High School in Las Vegas. They tore it down and built a new high school. They had a riot there at the high school. There's a documentary on the Rancho High School riots. Here's what it looked like all spread out. And unfortunately, the last 2 months, I didn't know to ask anybody for help. I'd asked a friend of mine. I didn't have any money to get to school. I'd moved out of my mother's. I was an emancipated minor in the court. Here's another shot of empty shelves. And I didn't go to school all of May and half of June because I had no money to get there. You're young and 17 and a half, you know what the hell you're doing. So, Wisconsin, yeah. We got 90 ships off of Long Beach with more backed up behind them. None of them are unloaded. Well, there was also a video out where some guy said in the video, let's see if I can find this. He has a question. Reincarnation. Did Trump reincarnate from George S. Patton III, Jr.? It makes you wonder. And the famous scene in Patton where Patton directs tank traffic, it's jammed up in the roads of France. I got a gut feeling if Trump were president, he'd be going down to the docks, and if he said, let's get these containers out of here, let's get these trucks moving, let's get these ships unloaded. They had Pete Buttigieg, the transportation secretary, show up with a bunch of politicians in Long Beach. They stood around and did absolutely nothing. Because Democrats don't know how to do anything. All they do is run for political office. They've never actually worked for a living. They sure hell have never stocked a shelf or unloaded a truck full of fiberglass or wood or cat food or cat litter or food or anything else. So, no, I've heard the commercials for Fisherman's Friend. I've never used them. I use Sucrets or Cepacol, I think, or chloroseptic lozenges. My dad was in Korea. He served 17 years in the Army. 1937 he went in the Army. Fort Lewis, Washington, they trained him on artillery. Then they made him take care of mules. He told me he missed his mules. Went to the Philippines, left the Philippines in time to go to Pearl Harbor, and one of my relatives bombed him at Pearl Harbor. One of my relatives on my distant relative on my father's side was an Imperial Japanese Navy pilot. My father was mad at the Japanese for the rest of his life, even though we are Japanese. He said the best duty I ever had was the Philippines, and they had to screw it up and cause a war. Then he went in the invasion of Operation Torch, North Africa. He was a cook. He was a master sergeant. He ran the whole kitchens. Excellent cook. General was one of them to cook for him. Then he was in D-Day, cross France, Battle of the Bulge. Wound up in Nuremberg where we met my mother. They got married. She came here with my sister. And then in 1950, he got recalled to go to Korea. He said, I was cold in the bulge. He said, I froze my ass off in Korea. And then he retires. In 1962, they called him back to the active duty because they were short of non-coms. Of all the times to call him back to duty during the Cuban Missile Crisis. We lived on 16th Street in Washington, D.C., about 20 blocks to the White House. We had a fallout shelter in the basement of our apartment building, and an air raid siren on top of it. I still get goosebumps. They run the air raid siren once a week here. It's a refinery test in case something goes wrong with the refinery, the former Shell refinery over the hill. And Sendai comes from the town of Sendai in Japan. They got wiped out by the tsunami of years ago. I think 2011 or something. But anyway, he wasn't supposed to do it, but he called my mother. He said, don't leave town, don't go to Pittsburgh, don't go to Toronto. You'll never make it. We are 15 minutes away from going to war with the Russians. That's how close we got to nuclear war. So I tried the pomegranate juice, but I couldn't get those little seeds out. No, I used to eat pomegranates, but the seeds were big. Got that stuff all over your hands. I haven't eaten one of those in about 30 years. But this is. I wish they'd take the high fructose corn syrup, huh? So, my dad drove a Jeep. My dad cooked. He was the best cook I ever knew. He didn't have the patience to teach me how to cook. We got mad. He'd start saying, the name of Jesus in vain, and then Holy Mary, Mother of God, and I go, you're talking to me, you're talking to them, and I'm talking to you. Who do you think? Well, you said their names. I used to do it deliberately and get them mad. God, that was funny. But he entered in a Jello contest and got second prize for pineapple upside down cake. He was a good cook. What little I know from cooking is trial and error. I make very good chicken soup. I haven't made chicken Hawaiian with mushrooms, butter, and lemon in years. Kathy and my first girlfriend, Julie, loved this stuff. And it's one of the things, if I ever get into a real kitchen, I start making better things. No room in my kitchen. It's all crowded. So anyway, let me see what's going on here. Okay, mouse, cooperate. Thank you, mouse. It says something. It says nothing. Where does it say it? It's supposed to say it. 36 minutes. Okay. If we had a patent in the Army, or a patent type, they're all political generals, we'd have somebody go down to Long Beach in LA and supervise the unloading. I think they ought to send the Army in. Send the Army in, let them unload the trucks and the containers and the ships, or the Navy. Yeah, how old are you, Wizzo? I mean, my father was, let's see, 34, and on D-Day, he was going to be 35 in December 5th. So, and that's what, 60 years, 70 years ago? So you must be like 115 years old, the oldest clown in America, so. No, I was the one that cleaned up. He wanted to make breakfast himself, so he made his own breakfast, made my mother breakfast. Ham and eggs with sausage, French toast, pancakes, stuff like that. I was on the KP detail. I cleaned all the dishes up. I'm good at that. So, but like many veterans, he couldn't deal with being a civilian. I just dropped it. Oh, jeez. Oh, hold on, camera. Hold on, light. Just dropped the mouse again. Mouse keeps sliding off my mouse pad. Ah, spooky. Oh, okay. That did not feel good. My uncles were in the Wehrmacht, the Kriegsmarine. This is my mother's brothers, and the Luftwaffe. One uncle was on the Russian front. He was on a phone pole. He was stringing field telephone wire. He looks out upon the horizon, from horizon to horizon, from the left to the right, were all the T-34s in the world, and one of them shot the phone pole out from under him. A tank shot a tank shell at him. He got blown off, still attached to the pole, was taken to the field hospital, and he had a metal plate put in his head, which was in his head till he died. He and another uncle immigrated to Canada. My other uncle was supposed to go on the Bismarck, and he got ill with the flu or something, or dysentery, and didn't go on the Bismarck. So, and then the two other uncles were in the Wehrmacht. So, no, I take that back. Wehrmacht, Luftwaffe. Kriegsmarine. So, no, I have been on a diesel sub. By the way, one country, I believe it's Sweden, still sells licenses for diesel subs. Italy has some. They're cramped enough, thank you. I don't want to be cramped in a tube. And all of a sudden you say, what's going on? Well, we're sinking, and we have no hope of getting back up again. So, no. I've been on there's a submarine moored where the Liberty ship is in San Francisco. I've been on that submarine. It's very interesting. I built submodels. My mother never liked anything I did, and I came home one day and all my ships were thrown away. She threw away my comic book collection, she threw away my science fiction book collection. I had all 79 episodes of Star Trek on 35mm film. I knew people at Paramount. And I'd forgotten in high school, the last year I was in high school, I was the AV guy before there was an audiovisual guy. And what my job was, I get paid. I went from classroom to classroom and would splice all the films when the teachers would screw up and break the films. I had a film out of there, and I would edit them and glue them. And I never attended a class for the entire year. I just went to homeroom and then went in class and got class credit for every class. So it was great. I loved it. Last year, what are you going to do in high school? You're waiting to get the hell out of high school. You don't want to go to any classes. So I don't have 4. I have 3. One is sitting here. It works, I think. Hold on. Oh, there goes a flashlight again. I haven't found that damn ring light. I have a horrible feeling Patty moved it or took it. It should be where I used to have it. I can't find it. And let's see. The other iPad is sitting on the floor. It will not charge. I'm waiting until the first month where I have money to go to Berkeley. This was charged last time I looked at it. Uh-oh. Well, that one isn't charged either now. I got one problem with the iPad. All these notifications drain the battery, so I got to plug that in. So that's one. But the one I want is the Wi-Fi and cellular, but it won't hold. It won't even. I've had both 2 power bricks. It won't even charge. So, and in New York, the USS Intrepid, there's a submarine you can go on, but with the pandemic, I don't know. So. No, I don't have the VPN anymore. I could still use it. Let's see. They told me even though I canceled it because it was costing too much. Let's see. To pay bills I got behind. No, flashlight. See? Not flashlight. Don't be perverted. Flashlight. And I don't know how to edit videos, except I can add things to iMovie videos. Yesterday, I called AppleCare because the iPad wasn't recognized by my computer, and I couldn't transfer stuff to my computer. No, never made Tengu eggs. I don't do Japanese. I've eaten Japanese food, but I don't cook it or eat it. And I'm not eating no fugu fish either. No puffer fish for me. Teriyaki, that's about it, you know. Long time ago, we ate at Benihana when it first started out, ages and ages ago. So, and then some guy, the guy from Pittsburgh Paranormal Forum, posted a post. I have no idea what it says. It's all in Russian. I'm going like, why are you on here posting in Russian? I can't read Russian. I know about 4 words in Russian, and 2 of them are counting from 10 to 0 to launch a Soviet rocket, you know. I haven't eaten anything yet. It's sitting here, waiting for me to get done. And I go feed the kitties. I had instant oatmeal, 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with butter and toast, and something in the toaster is burning when I use the toaster. I got to clean it out. Yeah, Puma Messi. Puma Messi and the what is that, cheetah? She's very cute. Gerda the cheetah. I love watching those. She was going crazy this morning when I watched her going and playing in the snow. And she did some serious scarfing of her food, licks the bowl. Yeah, and then there's that Russian guy who sings. He's drunk all the time, and he sings. My old computers had Russian military songs. I used to get into them because they get so strident. And you hear it in the Hunt for Red October. So, and I got reminded by Quora. They talked about the M1 rifle, and I went, oh boy. I went to 2 military schools. Hats are very warm, but they're bloody expensive. Those ones that go, over your head. They look like beaver hats or something. Sometimes they'll have fur flaps that go over your ears. They will keep you warm. Oh, there goes the flashlight again. I'm having no luck with this flashlight. Next time I'll be more prepared. And I went to one military school in Virginia and one military school in Maryland. And I remember that I was a terrible shot in the one in Maryland because I wore glasses. I was nearsighted. But today, even though I have arthritis, I could field strip an M1 and clean it and put it back. They made me assistant armorer because I was fastest in field stripping an M1 and cleaning it and putting it back together again. I was always good with my hands mechanically, except for cars. I don't know. Certainly not when I'm tired and my knees are starting to hurt again, so not tonight. Maybe tomorrow. Monday I'm going to Kathy's to give her a Pokemon book. Give her a sheet, give her a broccoli beef frozen food. So you'll know when I call Kathy. And sometimes I call her and she's cranky. Goes, what do you want? Or I wake her up or something. Patty's incommunicado. I keep trying to call her. She calls me. I don't, I call her back. She's got this stupid recording on, so. And there's all these guys with little scooters running around San Francisco. You got Bart with scooters and everything else. Well, I was going to save it for her. I'll do a video when I get... Well, actually, I don't know. I'm going to hand it to her on the bus. Get to Bart and just hand it over to Railing, so... Okay. 48 minutes. So yes, I'm cranky at times. I'm cranky when I'm in pain. There's no one at the door. No, I'm not going to get a scooter. They have a weight limit of about 300 pounds, so I'm not very good when I'm in severe pain. I had a moped. That was a long time ago and a lot thinner. The moped was not thinner, I was a lot thinner. And even there, I was edging the weight limit. So there's no one at the door. Stop with this crap at the door. I've gotten up and there's nobody there. Next person that says there's someone at the door gets banned. Now, you want a cranky? I'll give you a cranky. Gotten up about 10 times in videos. Oh, there's someone at the door. Bull. So stop that garbage. I don't get to see my regular doctor until the 25th of March. I'm not happy about it, but that's the first appointment I've gotten. I'm going to ask for a scooter, or a motorized scooter, because I'm worried I'm going to fall again and break both kneecaps, and now I'll be totally screwed. Oh. I haven't seen a skunk in weeks. Cats may have scared it away. They don't hurt it, but... Well, Medicare will, if she puts in a request, but I got told yesterday it could take months. And, if I were to win the lotto, I already talked to the company in Canada for the Boomer Buggy 3. They will custom build one for me. And you'll see me tootling the Rhodes and Martinez. I don't know what weight I'm going to be at. I'm going to try and do my best when I have money. But the Boomer Buggy has a 500-pound weight limit, so I'm not worried about that. Okay, folks, I'm going to go because I need to get off this chair. I need to go feed the cats, and then I need to ice my knees down, put away my groceries, and have a hot shower, and go to bed after I eat something. So I would remind you the guy to the Subway diet is now in prison. He was a child molester. No, I'm gonna get it with a skin on it with Steelers and the guy from Pittsburgh and other things. So, of course, I won't get it from the people that watch this channel because they're all too cheap. And with that in mind, I'm going to leave. This is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh. Have a great night. Stay wet, warm, dry, or cool as the case may be. Stay safe. Stay out of the snow. And be careful if you're going to drive out there. Stay warm. Now, you know the address. It's my email address. So I'm not going to type it's falkie2013 @gmail.com. I've done that dozens of times. And everybody, I want to send you money. And they're lying sacks of horse manure because they don't send a dime. They always say, I'm going to send you money, and they're liars. They're trolls. Lauren, how many times have you been on here? Dozens? So stop. I'm long since tired of people saying they're going to donate to me, and they're full of it. They're liars. When I say people are cheap, it's not for me, it's for the cats mostly. But other channel, I watched Action Kid. He got $400 in about 10 minutes. I never get any of that. The sheer longevity, I should. There. All right. Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. All right. I've had people, I'm going to give you $100, $500, $200, $300. It never happens. It's all BS. Now, how do I find this OBS thing here? All right. That's it for this one. What are we doing? Hold on there. That's not it. That's it. What the hell? I'm getting all kinds of weird stuff in the screen. Oh, yeah, Lauren Mayberry troll. You can't even spell my name right, you moron. See? Troll. Troll, troll, troll. Yeah, she's going to donate. She's not a she. You know damn well it's a man. Anybody who says they're going to donate and needs my email after I've been doing this for 10 years is full of crap. And where in the hell is... Oh, there it is. So much for Lauren Mayberry. Troll. Have a good night, people. I wonder why I bother even to do a video. See you later. Maybe. This is why I get in a foul